What's going on, NASCAR fans? I have the biggest news you're ever gonna hear. Earlier this afternoon during my shopping trip, NASCAR officially revealed their schedules for the 2025 season. And today I will be going over all of them, one by one. So, what do you say we get started right now? As always, we're going to start with the Cup Series. So first of all, as previously mentioned in my first ever NASCAR news video on Tuesday, we already know that the Clash will take place at Bowman Gray Stadium on February 2nd. But what about Daytona 500 qualifying? Well, that does not change. Neither do the duels or the Great American Race itself, come to think of. And the same could be said for the first Atlanta race. Circuit of the Americas gets moved back 3 weeks, and it will now be the third race of the season. How about that? The first Phoenix race doesn't move, but the first Vegas race does. It will be moved up 2 weeks. Consider this a date swap, if you will. Anyways, Homestead returns to the regular season for the first time since 2021 and moves to its March date. Of course, they tried that in 2020, but it did not happen because of the pandemic. Moving right along now, Martinsville gets its March date back. Darlington and Bristol get their April dates back. That's nice. The only off week for the Cup Series will be on Easter weekend. That's for sure. Talladega moves up a week, and Texas moves to its May date. Kansas moves up a week and will now be held on Mother's Day. As always, the All-Star Open, the All-Star Race, and the Coca-Cola 600 all do not move. Nashville gets moved back 4 weeks, and Michigan gets its June date back. That's nice. And again, as previously mentioned in my first ever NASCAR news video on Tuesday, the Cup Series will be coming to Mexico City for the first time ever. That's right, folks. And this will be the first ever points race outside of America since 1958. And also, Pocono gets its June date back. The second Atlanta race moves to its June date and returns to the regular season for the first time since last year. It will be held on a Saturday night and will be the first race of the inaugural in-season tournament, where 32 drivers will compete for $1 million. Chicago, of course, does not move. Sonoma and Dover, however, move to their July dates. The Brickyard 400 gets moved up a week and will be the final race of the tournament. Iowa moves to its August date after a successful first running earlier this year. Watkins Glen gets its August date back, and again, it returns to the regular season for the first time since last year. Richmond gets moved up a week and will be held on a Saturday night as well. And for the first time since last year, Daytona will be the final race of the regular season. The Southern 500 moves to its August date, and for the first time since last year, it will be the first race of the playoffs. And how about this, folks? Worldwide Technology Raceway becomes part of the playoffs for the first time ever. I like that. Bristol will once again become the final race of round 1. However, it gets moved back a week. New Hampshire gets its September date back, and it will be part of the playoffs for the first time since 2017. How about that? Consider this race as the first race of Round 2. Speaking of which, Kansas will become the second race of that round. However, it does not move. The final race of this round will be at the Charlotte Roval, which moves back a week. Las Vegas will once again open up Round 3, but it also moves back a week. Talladega moves up 2 weeks, and it will be the second race of that round. Martinsville gets its October date back and will once again be the final race of that round. The championship race will once again take place at Phoenix Raceway, but it will move back a week. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the Cup Series schedule, for now. Which Cup Series race are you most excited for next season? Tell me in the comments down below, alright? Now let's move on to the Xfinity Series. As always, the first 2 races of the season do not move. But Circuit of the Americas does. It will now be the third race of the season, like I said earlier. Phoenix and Las Vegas are swapping dates, of course. Homestead gets its regular season spot back and moves to its March date. Martinsville gets its March date back. Darlington and Bristol get their April dates back. And this will be the series' first time running the spring race here since 2020. And how about this, folks? For the first time since 2004, the Xfinity Series returns to Rockingham Speedway. Can you believe it, folks? I mean, I can, haha. But anyways, Talladega moves up a week, Texas moves to its May date. Charlotte does not move, Nashville moves to its May date, surprisingly. And as previously mentioned in my first ever NASCAR news video on Tuesday, the Xfinity Series returns to Mexico for the first time since 2008. Pocono gets its June date back, Atlanta moves to its June date and will be held on a Friday night. Chicago does not move, Sonoma and Dover move to their July dates. Indianapolis gets moved up a week, Iowa moves to its August date. Watkins Glen gets its August date back, Daytona does not move. Portland moves to its August date, surprisingly enough. And guess what, folks? For the first time since 2010, the Xfinity Series returns to Worldwide Technology Raceway. It will be the final race of the regular season. Bristol gets moved back a week, but it will now be the first race of the playoffs. Kansas will now be the second race, and the Charlotte Roval will once again close out Round 1. However, it does get moved back a week, so to speak. Las Vegas also moves back a week and will once again open up Round 2. Talladega moves up 2 weeks. Martinsville gets its October date back and will once again close out that round. And the championship race will once again take place at Phoenix Raceway. However, it does get moved back a week, like I was saying before. There will be a total of 5 off weeks in the Xfinity Series season. And that's all I have to say about that. Now, which Xfinity Series race are you excited for next season? Tell me in the comments down below, alright? Last, but definitely not least, the Craftsman Truck Series. As always, the first 2 races of the season do not move, like I was saying earlier. Las Vegas, however, will be moved up 2 weeks. Homestead moves to its March date and gets its regular season spot back. Martinsville gets its March date back. Bristol gets its April date back. And for the first time since 2013, the Truck Series returns to Rockingham Speedway. Can you believe it, folks? I mean, I can't. Anyways, Texas moves to its May date. Kansas moves up a week. North Wilkesboro and Charlotte do not move. Nashville moves to its May date, surprisingly. The Truck Series returns to Michigan for the first time since 2020. Pocono gets its June date back, like I was saying earlier. And you're not going to believe this, folks, but NASCAR is coming to Lime Rock Park for the first time ever. That's right. As part of an expanded 25-race schedule, the Truck Series will be coming to this historic road course for the very first time. I just gotta ask you something, folks. Did that surprise you or what? Well, to me it did. Alright, let's keep going, shall we? IRP moves up a week. The Truck Series returns to Watkins Glen for the first time since 2021. Richmond moves up a week and will once again be the final race of the regular season. Darlington moves to its August date, and it will now be the first race of the playoffs. This track will be a part of the playoffs for the first time since 2021. Bristol will once again be the second race, however it moves back a week. And the Truck Series returns to New Hampshire for the first time since 2017. It will be the final race of Round 1. The Truck Series will visit the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval for the first time ever. And it will be the first race of Round 2. Talladega moves up 2 weeks, and it will be the second race of that round. Martinsville gets its October date back, and it will once again be the final race of that round. And finally, the championship race will once again take place at Phoenix Raceway. However, it will be surprisingly moved to its October date. Also, there will be a total of 13 off weekends for the Truck Series season. That's all I have to say about that. Now, which Truck Series race are you most excited for next season? And what did you think of the 2025 NASCAR schedules I covered for you guys? Tell me in the comments down below, okay? Well, that wraps it up for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And hey, if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like, comment, and of course, subscribe to my channel. And also, if you're new here, just click on that notification bell and never ever miss a single upload. Bye-bye, everybody, and until next time, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace!